welcome to another Agentwow video. Today I'm joined by Tim McGlashan from Arpm. Tim,
Hi.
how are you doing?
Very well,
okay?
how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks very much. Good, thanks very much. Really interesting video for you today. We're talking outsourced letting solutions with Arpm. Probably best if I let you explain what Arpm does.
Yeah, absolutely. So Arpm, we've been around for 10 years now. We provide white label property management, rent collection and tenancy administration to letting agents of any sizes up and down England, or all over the country, England and Wales.
Okay, and in terms of the solutions that you offer, when you say it's a white labelled solution, you're acting on behalf of the agent to the end user?
Yeah, absolutely right. So we basically, for each one of the agents, we work with over 100 of them, we wear their hat, so to speak, each time. So we allocate individual members of staff to work on their portfolio. We will deal with their tenants in their business name, so ensuring complete and utter continuity within their from their front office to their back office. The key of what we do is to just enhance the service that they're providing, but with the benefit of the agents not having the overheads of staff being employed to do the jobs in-house.
Sounds about right. In terms of the current climate, we've got an awful lot of companies that we're dealing with, prop tech companies, chat companies, whatever it may be. It's all about the service and echoing the service that the agent's offering and trying to kind of mimic that.
Absolutely right. It's mimicking it and enhancing it where possible. I mean, we have the beauty of being in an office with a property management department, a rent collection department, a pre-tenancy department, so we aren't interrupted by people walking in the door. We aren't having to cover other areas when people are off sick. We're not having to cover other areas when people are on holiday. So we benefit from making sure that the services we provide are at their most at all points, and in turn what the agents gain from that is quicker growth, which we do see from our agents because they are purely focusing on winning deals, and an enhanced service that they provide to their tenants and landlords.
This is end-to-end stuff. So
it is, absolutely.
This really does allow the agent to just focus on, I suppose you'd say, what they do best.
Absolutely, and that really is the key. Focus on what they do best in terms of getting out there, doing viewings, doing valuations, winning the deals, getting more landlords on the books, and now this year, 2018, is even more imperative than ever to ramp that up. Let us take care of all the administration in the background. Let us do it well, let us do it to the best of our ability, and see you grow as a result of it.
So you guys focus on your business, whilst Arpm provides all the background stuff, and you're obviously going to have all the legislation covered, all the latest bits and pieces,
all compliance covered, all completely up to date in every single avenue. And what's different about our service is it's completely and utterly bespoke. So we don't have to provide all three services to agents to come work with us. We can only provide them with the management if that's what they're wanting. We can just provide them with the tenancy administration or just the rent collection. So it really is a case of kind of having a discussion, understanding where their pressure points are, so to speak, where they're struggling or potentially could see further improvement, and then
maybe have a gap.
Absolutely. Or sometimes, and something which crops up a lot is finding the right staff to fit the roles. Sometimes they might have had a few people which have come and gone. They don't want to pay the recruitment cost for that anymore. They want to focus on their job in terms of getting out there and winning new landlords, and we help facilitate that.
If you have a team full of earners, then obviously your staff are making you money, and then you've got the admin sorted. And I suppose the other thing is the speed issues and the time issues, that it's probably a bit quicker for you guys to get things done than in-house.
Yeah, it is. We have less distractions than you would have in a high street office, for example. Have less distractions in that way, and we also do, like every single agent does, try to make the most of all the prop tech, all the technology out there. But prop tech is brilliant. Prop tech's fantastic, and a lot of agents are making use of it. However, in my view, I don't think it will ever replace people. There is always going to need to be people to have that difficult call with that tenant, to chase that arrear, to have all the talk through a landlord why a contractor's been sent out to go deal with a maintenance job that a tenant's requested. All of these different things. PropTech's fantastic in streamlining that, and we try to make the most of it wherever we can, but it will never replace people, and that's where we are kind of combining the two, coming back to the estate and the letting agency industry and saying, here's a solution, let's go at it together.
You're echoing what every single expert says when they come and sit on this couch, which is,
of course I am. Yeah.
there isn't much to worry about in terms of losing out to PropTech. PropTech is an enhancement. It increases your flexibility, your ability to offer services out of hours is one of the things that we hear
absolutely.
a lot of, or tailor things to be a bit more instant or now, or just in a world that the modern consumer fits into.
Yep.
But the essence of every agency, estate, lettings, whatever it be, is you're buying into that person. The service that person is your differentiator.
And that's why the current market's so difficult at the moment. Letting agents are trying to do all this, trying to increase their service levels, but at the same time they're having to drop their costs. They're having to cut costs. Obviously, everyone knows about the tenant fee ban, potential, looking more than likely upcoming tenant fee ban. Agents are going to have to get in line with that to make sure that they are filling the loss of revenue that they're losing from that through other avenues, and they will have to cut costs in that way. Cutting costs is great, everyone will want to do that, but not if it comes at a cost of service. You need to keep that service levels high, and that's what we're really helping with our agents to say. You can cut your costs through using our service, but also you can ensure that your service levels are at all-time high, and you're always on the front foot to win new business.
So, from a lot of the companies that offer the service where they're echoing the agency themselves, they spend time with that agency, kind of understanding their business, learning the tone and how they deal with their customers. Do you do a similar?
Absolutely. I mean, that's a huge part of my role as national BDM, and also us as a business. With over 100 agents, independent and online agents that we're working with, each one is different. Each one's different in every way, shape or form, and that's the beauty of being an independent agent. Where we have to come into our own is to say, you've got all, we call it the frilly bits that come off each individual agent. They operate all in a little bit differently, whether it's at the tenancy administration, whether they add further value on the management, different packages that maybe their competitors don't. We need to replicate that. We need to replicate the tone of voice. We need to replicate how we pick up the phone to a customer. When we're launching with a new agent, what we don't want their tenants or landlords to know is that they're using a third party.
Of course, yeah.
Everything we do is provided in their business name, obviously, as we've discussed, and it's all about ensuring that continuity between front office and to back to have a seamless extension to their in-house team.
And seamless is the word, because
is.
essentially you are, for want of a better word, them.
Yeah, we are, absolutely. We are them, but without them having to pay the cost of employing people.
What's next for the industry? What's coming in 2018?
I think there's going to be a lot more around working smarter across the whole industry. I think agents are going to have to find different ways of attracting those landlords. Those landlords maybe that have always been hesitant to use a high street letting agent maybe, or there's obviously a massive pull from the onlines to try and pull the agents away from high street. I think to do that, you have to have more time. You have to put the time and the effort into doing that to think about. Not to plug it again.
You can plug it.
But yeah, you have to work smarter, and you have to think about ways of streamlining in order to focus your efforts in different ways of doing that. PropTech will obviously help. It will help free you up in terms of doing that, and there's lots of new things coming out in the industry that help facilitate that. But I think it's more about working smarter, working differently. I think we can also expect an awful lot of agents to take different tips out of different industries as well. I think that's really important.
Okay. So
pull out of other industries, take note of what's happening elsewhere, and bring that into play.
Industries becoming closer. The practices
absolutely.
are now closer between the various industries, so the agents, estate agents, and such can take the best parts of everything and pull that in.
Right.
Business is business.
Business is business, and if you're running an independent agent, if you're running any agent, you need to be different. You need to find that key, and you need to do it well. And I think now is the time to really be pushing on that.
Brilliant. Tim, thanks very much for coming in.
Cheers.
Guys, we'll see you all soon.